Good morning. Today we're going to be making a white bean sausage and kale soup. You don't have to use the sausage if you prefer not to. I would just add an extra carrot or two. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my pound of bulk sweet sausage and I'm going to start browning that in the pan, which is on a medium-high heat. And you want to let the sausage get until it's browned. While the sausage is cooking, you can take your carrots and peel them and dice them up and then put them aside. And then you're going to have garlic, which you've chopped up, to put aside also. We're going to be using crushed red pepper flakes, and we're going to use fresh kale. I usually get a good sized bunch of kale, and then I'm going to show you how to take the ribs out of it. Unless you're using baby kale, you got to take the ribs out because it's really tough. So just fold it in half like that and just cut right down the rib. And just take that whole rib out and just toss that in the trash. And then I just take this and just dice it up small, because it takes a while for kale to cook. And then that's your bowl of kale. And we're also going to have 48 ounces of stock. You can use chicken stock or vegetable stock with this. And you're going to use salt and pepper. So I'm going to go back and stir the meat. Now we're going to add to our pot the garlic, which we're going to saute in with the sausage for 30 seconds. So I'm going to put that in. As you can see, the sausage is all nice and crumbly and cooked well. So about 30 seconds on that. And then when that's done, we're going to put in the carrots and let them cook for like 5 minutes. While you're doing this, you're going to also use 2 cans of cannellini beans, which are drained and rinsed. So you want to get that all done up for yourself too. Okay, so now we're going to add the carrots. And we're going to give that a stir. And then we're going to let it cook for 5 minutes. Next, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. It says a teaspoon on the recipe. I don't like it real spicy. I'm a wimp. So if you want the whole teaspoon, put the whole teaspoon in. Stir that around. And then you're going to add 48 ounces of your stock. There you go. And you're going to let that come to a boil. There you go. So let that come to a boil. Put it on high. Let it come to a boil. And when it comes to a boil, we'll add our kale. Now that our broth has come to a boil, we're going to add the kale and give that a stir. Depending on the tenderness of your kale, depends on how long it's going to take to cook. Each kale is differently. They have a Russian kale. This is the regular kale that I get. So I'm going to mush that in. Then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of Himalayan salt. And some fresh black pepper, probably about a half a teaspoon. And then we're going to give that a stir, and we're going to let that cook until the kale is tender. I'd say between 7 to 10 minutes, but you have to check it. So just put your lid back on and turn it down to probably medium, and let it cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, as you can see, the kale is nice and wilted. It's done to the perfect texture I want. I'm going to add my 2 cans of beans. Give that another stir. And you're going to let that cook for another 10 minutes until the beans are heated through. And that should be it. We'll be back when the beans are done. You can see in the pot, everything is cooked nicely. I'm going to just shut the heat off. And I'm going to just scoop it into my bowl so you can see how nice it looks. The colors are vibrant. And like I said, if you don't even want the hot pepper, don't put it in, because, you know, a lot of people don't like hot pepper. I like Parmesan cheese on mine, but that's just a preference. There you go. Enjoy.